Here's a little background story for this project. 3 years ago, we visited my parents-in-law with my husband. They took this thing out of the closet.
Oh, it's the Commodore. What? A big keyboard? No, it's a computer. Inside that keyboard. Yes. But where's the monitor? We used the TV as the monitor. What? Okay. Yes, we played the games from cassette tapes. What tapes? Like C cassettes? Like what you used to listen to music from? Yes, we recorded all the games with turbo tape from friends.
So I thought, well, this is interesting, maybe I should learn how to use it. And now, 3 years later, I'm finally doing this as a leap of faith project.
Hi, my name is Heli and this is Commodore 64. And yes, it is older than me.
This model is, I think, one of the original Commodore 64 with dark keys. Also, manuals in English and Finnish were included. So when I now started to look for information on how to make this work, I already knew that the power supply could be a problem. So I found many warnings about the original power supply killing the C64. I was first looking for the power saver, but then I realized that it is only helping to prevent the high voltage going inside the C64. However, if the old PSU would fail, I would be without the PSU anyway. So I decided to buy a new replacement PSU, as they are still manufactured. There were a couple of options and I ended up with one from Poland. It is maybe not that cool design, but it is not so important. Anyway, now that I have both the old and the new PSUs, I wanted to test the voltage. In the Commodore wiki page, there is a chart telling about the voltage measurements, and I wanted to compare these. Measuring the old PSU gave the result of 5.24, which according to wiki page indicates that the PSU is failing. We also tried to test the new PSU but didn't get any readings and ended up thinking that is already made safe. The next issue was the monitor. My husband happened to have one extra TV, but there had to be some research done about the signals. Back in the 80s, they used RF antenna cable. I wasn't very convinced that it would work, so I took a look at other options. Luckily, the TV has a SCART port and understands the composite video audio format. So I found 5-pin RCA cable for Commodore 64. My husband happened to also have an RCA to SCART adapter. I wanted to also test how this cable is done. Basically, we need ground, video out, and mono audio out. The ground should be in the middle. Audio out should be first pin from right and video out second pin from left. The ground was done correctly for all the sleeves. Turns out the yellow RCA is video out and white is audio out. The colors match also the RCA adapter. We also tested the old RF antenna cable and it should be working. As the TV also has input for antenna, I will try if it works that way too. With the Commodore came also dataset and tapes, but the assumption was that turbo tape had been used for recording the games and it had worn out and all the games were maybe not usable anymore. In Imatra in the Skynet LAN, I also saw a modern system that could load games from USB or SD card, so I wanted to look for options. I wanted to have a way to also save something on an SD card. Finally, I found the email address of the guy that was recommended for me earlier. I asked him about the power saver and any other tips. He told me to look for Tapuino. It is a dataset emulator made with Arduino Nano. I was able to get the last one from CBM Retro. It came without the case, but there was a link to 3D printable case, and Petteri was kind enough to print it for me. Unfortunately, I had to stay at home due to a flu, and the case is at the office, so we don't see it today. Worked. I tested some basic language and few sample programs from the manual. Tapuino worked great, and I was able to also save the program. Also, the games that I downloaded worked very well. I tested my self-recorded games from tapes, but they didn't work. Also, I didn't get the dataset work today. All in all, my project was successful, and now I can start learning more.